What if the key to curing disease, extending life, and even understanding consciousness was discovered in 1936? Today, we uncover Wilhelm Reich's forbidden experiments where he filmed life emerging from non-living matter under a microscope. The footage was destroyed, the science was erased. But the truth remains. Wilhelm Reich's most controversial and groundbreaking work from 1936. Bion, the Bion experiments. This isn't just a book, it's a scientific odyssey that challenged the very foundations of biology and physics. Reich, armed with nothing but a microscope and an insatiable curiosity, claimed to have discovered microscopic, pulsating energy vesicles, bions, emerging spontaneously from inorganic matter. These weren't just cells, they were the very building blocks of life, brimming with a universal life energy he would later call ergon. Prepare to have a new understanding of life, energy, and existence itself. What if the spark of life is not a metaphor, but a visible, biological reality? Stay with us to uncover the forbidden experiments that could change everything. In this section, you will discover how Reich's radical insights into human sexuality led him to a revolutionary theory about the very origin of life. Before the Bion experiments, Reich's work on character armor and vegetative current had already shown him that emotional health was tied to the free flow of biological energy, culminating in the full discharge of orgastic potency. He observed that in a healthy orgasm, there was a cycle of tension, charge, discharge, and relaxation. This wasn't just a psychological or sexual phenomenon. He believed it was a fundamental biological principle. But Reich, ever the empiricist, didn't stop there. He began to wonder, if this energy was so fundamental to life, could it be observed at the most basic levels of existence? He turned his attention to the microscopic world, using powerful microscopes and meticulous observation. He experimented with heating everyday substances to incandescence and observing what happened to ocean sand, iron filings, coal dust, and even food. He sterilized them, swelled them in a nutrient solution, and claimed to witness a miracle. He reported the spontaneous formation of tiny, pulsating vesicles, often with a bluish glow, which he called bions. These bions, he argued, were not bacteria or protozoa, but transitional forms between non-living and living matter, containing a primordial life energy. He believed these bions were the fundamental units of orgone energy, the universal life force that permeated all of nature. Reich's claims of spontaneous bion formation were, and remain, highly controversial. The scientific establishment of his time dismissed his findings, arguing he was simply misinterpreting known phenomena like the random jittering of dust particles known as Brownian motion, or misidentifying common microbes like protozoa. Yet, Reich insisted his experiments were repeatable and observable by anyone with the right equipment and an open mind. He described different types of bions, some seemingly harmless, others highly energetic and even destructive. He observed their movement, their pulsation, and their ability to transfer energy. For Reich, the bions were the missing link, the bridge between the inorganic and the organic, proving the existence of a fundamental, universal, life energy. This orgone energy, he theorized, was responsible for everything from the blue color of the sky to the vitality of living organisms, and its free flow was essential for health. This was a radical departure from traditional science, which often separates the physical from the energetic, and the living from the non-living. Reich's Bion experiments were an attempt to unify these concepts to demonstrate a continuous energetic spectrum in nature. The implications of Reich's Bion experiments were enormous. If life could spontaneously arise from inorganic matter, and if a universal life energy, like orgone, existed, it would challenge not only biology and physics, but also establish medical and social paradigms. A science that could explain the origin of life and the nature of health, in energetic terms, would empower individuals and potentially undermine systems that thrive on control and suppression. Unsurprisingly, Reich's work on bions and orgone was met with fierce resistance, ridicule, and outright persecution. His experiments were dismissed, his findings ignored, and his reputation systematically destroyed. This wasn't just academic disagreement, it was a concerted effort to silence a voice that threatened the status quo. The very idea of a free-flowing, universal life energy, and the possibility of its direct observation and manipulation was deemed dangerous. This suppression, for Reich, was another manifestation of the emotional plague, the societal fear of natural life, pleasure, and freedom. The Bion experiments, in his view, were not just scientific findings. They were a direct challenge to the unspoken dictatorship that sought to control human life at its most fundamental, biological level. If orgone energy is the fundamental life force, then its free flow is essential for health and vitality. Reich believed that illness, both physical and mental, was a result of blocked orgone energy. His later work, including the development of the organoaccumulator, was an attempt to harness and concentrate this energy for therapeutic purposes, aiming to restore the natural pulsation and flow within the organism. The Bion experiments laid the scientific groundwork for his later theories of orgone energy and its practical applications. They suggested a path to radical health, not through suppressing symptoms, but by addressing the fundamental energetic imbalances within the body. It was a vision of medicine that saw the human being as an energetic system, deeply connected to the universal life force. Reich's legacy, though controversial, continues to inspire those who seek a deeper understanding of life, consciousness, and healing. His Bion experiments, whether accepted by mainstream science or not, represent a bold attempt to push the boundaries of human knowledge and to connect the microscopic world with the macroscopic experience of life. Bion is more than a scientific treatise. It's a profound philosophical statement about the nature of reality. Reich's Bion experiments challenge us to look beyond the visible, to question accepted truths, and to consider that the very essence of life might be an energetic phenomenon that we are only just beginning to comprehend. His legacy calls us to an inner and outer revolution, a revolution that seeks to understand and harness the fundamental life force for individual and collective well-being. It's a revolution that understands true freedom isn't just about politics or psychology, but about our deepest biological connection to the universe. And it's a revolution that, like Reich himself, isn't afraid to confront the forces that seek to suppress our vital energy and keep us disconnected from the very source of life. If you're ready to explore these truths and join the fight for true biological freedom, here asks what you can do. Subscribe to Wilhelm Reich, The Silenced Truth, for more groundbreaking insights into the hidden forces shaping our world. Don't miss our next episode, where we delve even deeper into Reich's most controversial discoveries. Like this video if it resonated with you and helped you see the world and yourself in a new, energetic light. Your support helps us reach more truth-seekers. Share this video with anyone who needs to understand the unseen connections that govern our well-being. Let's spread awareness and spark critical thinking. Leave a comment below. What are your thoughts on the Bion experiments and the concept of a universal life force? How might these ideas change your understanding of health, energy, and the origin of life? We want to hear from you and build a community of conscious individuals. Stay tuned to Wilhelm Reich, The Silenced Truth. The journey to true freedom continues.